Alright, so today I've been messing around with Weeko. This is my development robotic project if you've never been here before. Uh, Basically, the idea behind this was to figure out how to build a robot that could basically maneuver through my house. The whole idea behind this robot was just kind of like putting something together that I could learn from. So it's basically a development system. And I've learned a lot, but there's some weird things that I would like to correct in the next robotic build, and that would be to build better collision. One of the things I want to incorporate into Weeko is IR. He uses ultrasonics down here at the bottom, um, but I also have some issues with him not being able to see certain things because the sensors are only so far apart. And it will be cool to mount IR like in between. Like, so if you have one here, you want to put one here because these are your ultrasonics, and that's how it measures distance. So I want to incorporate and still use ultrasonics and IR, but I actually want to later on incorporate this guy. So this is LiDAR. It's basically what Roombas and stuff use to be able to see if there's something on the floor, and it just will stop and then go around it. So this will allow you to map a room, and then you could label that room and remember that room, and then it will always remember that that room is the den or the bathroom or whatever, and it would know where everything is. And then if you put something new in there, it will be able to see it using this system and maneuver around it. So it's good for just movement. And so I'm still working on some other things. I want to actually incorporate a couple more things into this robotic project and kind of work on some different things. It's been fun, and I've learned a lot, but there's a lot more to go. And so I've been cleaning up his wiring. I'll show you kind of what I've added. So this is a way for him to charge the remote if I need him to, you know, be able to charge it. Other than that, everything else is pretty much straightforward. I mean, these are the ultrasonic sensors. And if I built modules, like say on the next robot, I would like to have a top and a bottom, you know, and incorporate everything inside that one module. That way I could run all the wiring to the center and then either come up or down wherever the logic board is that's going to control these. And so if I did that, I could put one on the top and one on the bottom and then stagger them. So I could have the LiDAR on the very top, and then here I could have the ultrasonic, and then I could have IR, ultrasonic, IR, ultrasonic, and just kind of all the way around as one module that you could just slam on there and then connect it. Then I could do the same thing. That way I could have the same sensors here just offset from each other. So I'd have like ultrasonic here and then ultrasonic here. So then this would be IR, and it would be an ultrasonic on the top. So you could stagger them. That would help with collision and being able to do math to figure out where you are. Other than that, this works pretty good. Now I do have GPS on this module, which I'm not using a whole lot of right now. I'm doing a little bit of work with it, but it doesn't really work that well indoors. But I've cleaned up a little bit of this wiring, and so this is kind of like, I guess, his spinal cord, if you will. But all it is really just this main logic board. These are basically voltage regulators, so they just regulate voltage. And then charging. This thing sucks, but I had to get this, which is a charge controller, because this thing fried the other two batteries I had. So, which is cool because I needed larger batteries anyway. So I'm going to buy another one of these eventually and mount one of these here. Now, as you can see, all of this wiring mess, that's kind of the way this was. And I got to get all that cleaned up next. And then once I get all that clean, then I can actually start working on running the wiring for the IR. And then we'll figure everything else out. Now, I'm going to probably mess around with running LiDAR on this system, but probably not to the level that I would like, because there's no really place to mount it. And one thing about LiDAR is it has to be above everything. So the LiDAR would literally have to be way up here. And it's not going to be able to map really well being that high. So probably around here was where it would be. That means I have to lower this mic. And that means there would have to be a lot of other things done. And I'm just not really wanting to do that. I'd rather build a new robot completely from scratch if I was going to do that. And who knows, I may just rebuild this robot that I have. I mean, I have a lot of programming into it and stuff, but I don't know. This is natively freaking running on Windows. I don't like Microsoft, and I would like to move to Linux. I would like to run my next robot off Linux. So that's some other things that I've got to work on. But other than that, I mean, it's all learning. This is development anyway, and that's what it's for. So it's just to figure out how to do voice controlling, and different things using, voice automation and collision and stuff like that. That's all it is. It's just a big ball of fun. But you guys take it easy. And if you have any questions, ask below. And we'll see. The next robot may be starting sooner than you think. I don't know. I think whenever I do the next one, though, I'm not going to have anything on the top, because I wanted to make the robot to be more like a butler, so I can like put things on top of him and go, hey, go into the den, and he'll just drive it in there. And that way, maybe I can make like something where you can carry stuff. I don't want to put arms or anything on these guys. Maybe I'll build another platform later, do something like that, just kind of fiddle around with it. But for right now, I'm just working with collision, stuff like that, which is cool. So next thing I'll be doing is probably adding SLAM, which is the software that will allow me to use that LiDAR system and be able to map rooms three-dimensionally, and then save those maps to be able to recall where it is. And then I'll be using GPS to be able to pinpoint, somewhat of the location, because it's not precise, but good as it can get. Well, you guys take it easy. Peace out.